there we go. Seen a number of fish coming in and out of the shallows over here by the wood. One for the lizard. It's a dink though. Alright, one for the old brown, purple flake, green flake lizard. What else we got over here? We got a larger log over here. And this hold a couple.
What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. If you couldn't tell from the intro, this episode is all about finding wood and pitching to wood with a Texas rig, specifically the Yum Lizard. This color they call dirt purple, and I thought it was just kind of a plain, bland color until I got it out in the sun. You can really see that there's this kind of light green pumpkin on the bottom. The top kind of has a green tint to it with purple and green flake, and it really stood out in the sun. And I've said it before, lizards are awesome during the spawns. Really, for me though, post-spawn, for whatever reason, lizards seem to do really well up shallow. You know, during spawn, I think people have said it's supposed to look like something, you know, some creature gonna eat the bass's babies, they want to attack it. But post-spawn, for whatever reason, it always works for me. And I just talked about it on my last live. I had like 3 or 4 people go out the next day and said, oh, dude, I caught fish on a lizard. I haven't thrown a lizard in a long time, and I feel like it's maybe a southern thing. Maybe not enough people up here do it in the Midwest. I don't know. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's get to some more lizardy action.
If at first you don't succeed, pitch in by wood again. Find wood. Pitch to crotch of wood. Dink number 2 on the old Texas rig. Not a toad. By the wood. Shallow little bass by the wood. Find wood, pitch lizard to wood, catch dink.
Hey, get back here. Get back here. Get back now.
Oh, he's in trouble now. Dink with Debos in full effect tonight. Chubby dink on the lizard by wood. That's the pattern. There's one. Better one. Look at that. Over 2, 2.5. I will take that tonight. All right, there we go. 2.5. Gosh, that might go 3. We'll take it. I didn't bring my scale or anything. I just brought my rod. Good looking fish. Thank you. There's a swirl right out there, right where I cast it. Texas rig still working, man. The old spinnerbait the other day versus Texas rig today. Catching a few. There's a bite. Another decent fish. Told you we could see him up here cruising, moving. Another good size one. There we go, just a light wire hook. Another one, probably 1.75 pounds, close to a 2 again. Chunked out. Well, this is still the same lizard. My truck is clear over. I might have to go walk and get it and finish out the night over here. This thing is all sorts of tore up. But this seems to be the deal anyway. Just a light wire hook. That's a little red Gamakatsu 3/0. Just a regular wire, nothing too heavy. Kind of that finessier Texas rig approach. 3/16 ounce. Little tungsten on there. That's all it is. Not the big one, but I said I saw something over there swirling around. I don't know if there's any big one, I'm just saying. Not the big one we were hoping for, but... That one grabbed it as I was reeling it in. Dink's gone wild around here. They don't care if you're dragging it or reeling it. Another little pounder. That's still the same lizard too. That lizard is all sorts of beat up and tore up. Little pounder on it. Now usually for me, the old Texas rig lizard really shines post spawn, but right now they're up here shallow. Looks like some little critter trying to disturb them while they're doing all their bed making and what have you. I'm just popping it real slow around all this wood, rocks, any sort of, cover, anything that could be relating to down there, just trying to find all that. When I do, just kind of pop it, drag it, and then just kind of cover water in between. There's a bite. Oh, lost him. First one I've lost all night. That was right as I was coming over a branch. Dag nabbit. Done lost him. Fine tree. Throw Texas rig lizard over by tree. Oh, thought I was snagged there. Well, that's a chunker. Might be the biggest one of the night. I don't know how well y'all can see it. That is a toad hanging out by the wood. Another 2+. Well, yeah, that one's revved up a bit. Another one probably close to 2.5. Good thick fish. All right. Well, that's going to be the sign out fish for the night. Thanks for eating, dude.
All right, fishing friends, that was the trip. Again, I have to say, if you've never tried throwing a lizard, give it a go. I feel like back in the day when I was younger, early 90s, I feel like this was definitely something that people threw a lot more. And it's kind of one of those lures that I think has fallen to the wayside. What was I using to throw it on? I love going over the gear at the end. People love to talk gear and go through some of this. This is one of the rods that I said that I really liked from last year, both the spinning and the casting. It's the Fenwick Elite Bass. It's a nice light rod. It's not too big and bulky. Fits in my hand really well. It's got the smooth nut there, so when you're fingering your line, you can do that. Everything, your finger and everything fits down here really well. It's nicely molded. In hand, it's a great rod. This one happens to be a 7-foot, medium heavy, rated for lures up to 1 ounce. I sound like a broken record, but that rod will do so much for you. Texas rigs, moving baits. It's a great do-it-all rod. In hand, it balances really well too. I can show you there without banging into stuff. And that's even with a light reel. So this is one I was testing out, and I believe this is the Japanese version of it. There's some different versions coming to the US, so they're already out now. But this is the Xenon MG7, one of the higher end reels from Abu. I'm testing out a bunch of different Abu reels. The Max X is probably my favorite budget reel right now. I think regular it's $59. You can get it on Tackle Warehouse sales and stuff. I think I got mine for like $38 something. I don't know if you can beat that reel at that price. It's kind of like the old Black Max. It just does it all, works well. But this one, quite a bit different. Lighter. It is a great caster. I will say it's not like the smoothest reel I've ever used, and I expected a little bit more being at that high of a price. But we're going to kind of do a whole different video comparing this reel to some other reels in that price range, and we'll do a whole gear nerd out deal. I did just have some regular 12-pound P lines, some of the blue box on here. Great do-it-all line. I like the tactical as well. It's a little bit softer, more for my casting stuff. But for this, good strong line. That was the whole combo. I had a 3-aught red Gamakatsu hook. I'm not a huge believer in red hooks. Just happened to be a regular wire hook. I had some extra heavies. I didn't want that. So I had just some regular wires in the red. I'm not a huge red hook believer, but it's what I had and I used it. Just throwing those on a little 1/4 ounce tungsten, and that was it, man. If you've never tried just walking the banks post-spawn, looking for some of those fish that are still up shallow, the big thing I can tell you is during spawn, pre-spawn, post-spawn, all that, fish are going to move in different waves. So you might have some of those early fish that come up real early. Right now, we're kind of in that spawn, post-spawn period where we've still got fish doing, a little bit of both. So don't just think that there's a week where they all move up and then they all move out. There's always going to be fish kind of coming in waves. So look for those shallow fish, and even into the summer months, when a lot of people say, well, all the fish have moved out deep, you're not going to find them up shallow. there's always going to be those resident fish that live up shallow. You can walk around throwing your Texas rig and stuff at those high percentage areas. So that was the fun for me. Throwing around a Texas rig like that is a great way to catch them as a bank angler. It's a ton of fun. Today's subscribed fishing friend is Debos Fishing. He watched the last live with Bass Geek, Tackle Junkie, all three of us nerding out. Said he was upset that he missed the live, but he watched it on the replay. So everybody that watches the lives, I appreciate all the support, all the videos, everybody watching. Again, I appreciate the heck out of you all. So again, I'll leave everything linked below if you want to check it out. Go out, give a lizard a try, and go catch some fish. But listen, I got to edit. Thanks for watching, and until next time.